You've heard the Bee Gees, but I bet you've never heard this bass line to this extent, and it's an absolute masterpiece. What's up? I'm Andrew Freed from Bass Freedom, and today I'm breaking down an amazing tune by the Bee Gees. Maurice Gibb, the bassist, was an underrated musician and bass player. His bass lines can often fly underneath us because an impressive bass line can rely on flash, but that's not Maurice. What made his bass line so fantastic was the space he created. He never overplayed, and his note choice within each measure always stood out. Are you ready? Let's go. The song I want to show you is Nights on Broadway from the album Main Course, released in 1975. Whether you know this song or not, I am going to analyze the bass line Bass Freedom style. Maurice Gibb wrote this song, and the bass part in the studio version is played on a synthesizer. Live, he plays electric bass. Let's go. Yeah. Real big synth presence. Super funky. Great drum beat. The bass and the keys really interact with each other. Yeah. But not as much as that bass and drums pocket. So interesting where he chose to play each note over that drum part. We'll talk about that. Oh, listen to this. Minor there. So tight. Building up to the chorus. Now it's really locking in with the drummer here. Minor fills. We're really gonna dive into this deep. I'm not sure if you can hear those synth fills. I'll show you, but obviously the vocals are incredible. That's what the Bee Gees are mainly known for. And this progression, there's nothing crazy going on, but the little things add up. So let's look at this intro. We start on a massive D minor chord. I'll put the chords up here, and you'll see how it's essentially just going between D minor and A minor, and the verse will too, but they throw in this G major chord. To mimic the synth bass, I'm going to play my electric bass with an octave pedal. After that first chord is played, I love the arpeggiated descending line over the G chord. And over that A minor, it's just a good old funky A minor pentatonic type of vibe, and that's a common theme with this song and really disco and just bass in general. Pro theory tip, this intro is actually in a D minor Dorian vibe. There are different types of minor scales. Dorian is one that contains a major 6. The natural minor, or Aeolian if you're a modal thinking person, has a flat 6, a minor 6. Just if you ever see a minor chord and then there's a major chord, a fourth above, in this case G major, that shows that this is a Dorian feel. But later in the song, you're going to see plenty of B flats, so they kind of float between different minor moods here. If you've learned something new so far, or you're digging this, be sure to give it a like. I appreciate it. And if you've learned anything else new by the end of the video, then consider subscribing. It's a free way to help me continue doing this, these educational video breakdowns for you, and I really appreciate it. Check out this live track here. Got Maurice playing the P bass with a pick. So you can hear the synth and the electric bass. Maurice tends to play a simpler line than the actual studio track bass line. Let's see if we could hear it here. such a good line. I love that major to minor part. See it a little more simple here. Live is always a little different than the track, but it's good to see him playing. Just know that the verses are just D minor to A minor, essentially. There's none of that G major like the beginning. Check it out. D minor, A minor. Listen to that drums. Listen to the drums. Ba-boom, ba-boom. We're gonna really analyze the kick drum. Then there's that pre-chorus. All right, listen to the verse here. That groovy rhythm has space. The bass rhythm is active, but the space is mimicking the vocal melody. And this isn't the last time it's gonna do that. It's the absolute pulse of this tune, yet it has breath in its line. D minor to A minor, super funky, back and forth. The bass line primarily hits the chord tones of these minor chords, and I find the bass rhythm particularly interesting, especially when you compare it to the kick drum. We have that, a 1, a 2, a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 1, and Now when you listen to the bass line, he plays on the 1 and then a 2. The drummer was on that 1 and so it's just not what I would have done. I just find his rhythmic selection so unique compared to what a typical bassist would have done. Here's what I would have done. So easy to overplay, and I want to lock exactly in with what the drummer is doing. But Maurice waits till the chorus to do that, and those little things really add up, where the chorus is the main part of the song, and it's like, finally, we've arrived here, and we're already have been tight, but now we're super freaking tight. Let's take a look at the pre-chorus part. This is the first taste of that major to minor action. I love that B flat to B flat minor, then F and G minor. This is all playing its part to build its way into the chorus. Speaking of those B flats, remember in the intro I told you that Dorian vibe had the B natural? Here's your B flat, which is definitely giving a natural minor Aeolian sound. But the bass line playing this B flat major pentatonic bass line, and then as it goes to B flat minor, it does the same thing, accommodating for the minor. It's just one of my favorite parts. Then that G minor and A lead into the catchy chorus. Oh man, watch me play it. We've arrived to the relative major of D minor, F major. It's very common in music for verse to chorus shifts to move to a relative key. It feels different, but we haven't actually gone anywhere because D minor and F major contain the same notes. They're the same key signature. So if you see the chords there, this type of progression is common, and you'll notice the 4 chord of F major, B flat major becomes minor. We've hinted at this. It did it in the pre-chorus, hinting at what's to come, but that bass line is grooving and locked in with the drummer. It's actually really mimicking the vocal melody even more. The bass is pretty similar to the vocal melody now that I think about it, which isn't always common, but this time Maurice is hitting that of 1. Remember how the drums kind of had that kick drum on the 1 E and 2 E and He's now finally locking in with it. The The drummer's kick didn't change from the verse and chorus, so the subtle alteration that the bass did to the rhythm goes a long way. It's truly the small things that make things unforgettable, but you just didn't know about it. When you really look into the microscope and think about what's going on here, it's just the subtleties of rhythm that make it amazing, in addition to the note choice and the space and the synth and everything else. So for the chorus, the notes that are filling out the rhythm amidst this chord progression, it's really common to play lower notes of the chord. And whether it's major or minor could alter what you do. Over the F major chord, he's playing the lower 5th and major 6th, which is very common, boogie woogie, Motown, just a universal bass approach. Then the next chord's minor. You got to accommodate the lower notes to the minor key. So we have a lower 5th and a lower flat 7th. That fill is so cool, that B flat minor fill. That fill happens on the E of beat 3, and actually in the second chorus, there's another fill over the B flat minor. It's just a syncopated variation of what that fill is, super funky. If you're confused when I talk about keys, Dorian, major to minor, syncopation, then you need Bass Freedom. Bass Freedom is my website where I help bassists become better bass players, level by level, step by step. Check out more information below about the courses. Back to the intro.
I will wait.
So this bridge is the mood is very chill. It's no longer syncopated as syncopated. Love the drums, that 16th and hi-hat. This is just a pause. We're taking a break. These harmonies are just incredible. Building. Ooh. Falsetto in. Just an army of vocals tagging that. Amazing chorus. This could loop forever and it would never get old. So that's Barry. I heard that Barry's on the studio track and Maurice sang it often live. Look at this falsetto. There he is. Great voice. Oh yeah. So good, right? Dude was a beast. Rest in peace. Looking back to that bridge, I'm not going to overanalyze it. I'm going to put the chords up here. I'm going to play it. As I said, it's a pause where we've been, yet not too far off, just building back up to the outro of the song. It mainly featured root notes, a couple cool fills, and it was just gradually building up to, man, that outro just really hits. 4 chords in the chorus. Like, don't forget that. I'm calling this genius, calling this amazing. Don't forget that this is a simple song harmonically. Nothing crazy is happening. Nothing crazy ever happens with the Bee Gees. That's why Maurice, that's why these guys are so good. That's why a lot of people may forget, like, why were they so good? It's all the little things. So there you have it. Nights on Broadway is an incredible tune. The synth bass, the connection of the drummer and the bassist mimicking the vocals in general. I didn't even talk about the funky guitar and the keys, you know, the bass teacher analyzing the bass line. But this is one of my favorite Bee Gees bass lines, and hopefully you see why. And I'm curious, what do you think? But I'm definitely going to be breaking down the Bee Gees again. It won't be the last. Thank you so much for checking out this breakdown. I love the Bee Gees. I can't wait to do another one. If there's anything you want to see me do, let me know. Check out one of these videos that's recommended to you, and I'll see you next time. Peace.